coming out here for our Monday Night Discovery series. This is a series that we've been running now for about 9 years, nearly 9 years. It'll be 9 years in a couple of months. And we do this as a way to get new artists into the room. We've been running this. Usually it is a co-bill between two acts, and they each do a 45-minute set. It's the second Monday of every month, except for next month where it's going to be the third Monday. But we every year now we've been doing these mid-May ones as a celebration of some of the recipients of our grants here at PASIM. I know that most of you have been here before, but just in case there's someone here that's not been here before, this club has been around in Harvard Square for over 65 years, and the last nearly 30 of them as a nonprofit organization. We're a music venue, a music school. We have community programs. We have our different grant programs. We have our folk collective. Members get into this show for free, as well as coming to our open mics for free, and you get discounts on all the show. You get discounts at the school. You can tune into our live streams for free. We live stream nearly every single show here from the room. And you really become a huge part of what keeps music alive here in Harvard Square. So if you're not a member already, there's information on the tables. We've got a lot of great events coming up that do celebrate the up-and-coming music scene, including our Campfire Festival that is happening over Memorial Day weekend, so please come on out to that. This series is sponsored by 9 Athens Music, an ongoing sponsor of Club PASIM in many, many forms. And we're always grateful to Chuck and 9 Athens Music. And as far as housekeeping, we need to do a little housekeeping. Please make sure you keep the aisles clear for the servers. We have an emergency exit up on stage to the right. There's one out the way you came in. Make sure you grab one of our newsletters and sit back and enjoy a night of great music here. I'm going to bring up Abby Altman, who curates our grant programs here at Club PASIM and is the club manager as well. Please welcome Abby Altman.
Hi, folks. Welcome to the Iguana Night. This is one of my favorite nights all year because we get to show you what you have been supporting through some of our grant programs. And for the first time this year, I also get to say this is also the Gecko Night. I will be getting into some... Chuck. It's too soon. Save the applause. The Gecko will come later, okay? Well, I want to give you just a little bit of an overview about our Iguana Music Fund, and we're going to be interspersing some of my ramblings with music for tonight. We are celebrating the 2023 recipients of the Iguana and Gecko Fund. The Iguana Music Fund, it's a program that we have been running here at PASIM for the last 16 years. This was the 16th year that we gave out funds. We give out $40,000, about $40,000 every year to New England-based musicians to help them with a whole variety of projects, all kinds of genres. The only real requirements are that you are based in New England or have strong ties to the New England music community, and that you are going to be using these funds in a project to help further your career. And the point of this is really to help people continue to make a living as artists. Especially, you know, as everyone knows, the music business is getting harder and harder to be an actual business for independent musicians. And this is the way that we get to give back a bit and support people, bringing brand new music to our stage, going on tours, putting on free community events for people so that music is more accessible. These are all great things that we are able to support through the fund, and I'm happy to celebrate it with you tonight. So this year, we gave out $41,000, and we funded 22 different projects. And I came around and made sure that everyone had one of those booklets that I printed out. You are going to be hearing from just 5 of the acts that we funded this year, but please do take those booklets home and check out all of the acts that received funds, because there's so many cool projects happening, and I'm sure that you're going to discover some brand new people. What's exciting, especially for PASIM, is that we get to bring a lot of those people back onto our stage. They get to have their album releases here, and really get to have this like full circle experience of getting the funding from us and then getting back on the stage to bring the music back to you. So I'm going to be telling you a bit more about the fund and some of our other projects as we go through, but let's get to some music first. I am pleased to welcome up someone who has been on our stage as part of the Campfire Festival, has done some of our outdoor concert series, and we get to have him in a rare solo format this evening. Please help me welcome Nicholas Emden.
Entre las nubes del cielo, libre vive un volantín. La última vez que vio el suelo fue para el mes de septiembre del año 2000. De su papel ya gastado cuelga una cola sin fin, que por el cielo azulado muchos dicen haberla visto volar por ahí después de llover, como un tobogán de colores, pero nadie lo puede alcanzar. ¿Dónde vives, volantín? No se te ocurra bajar, que aquí abajo está todo gris y tus colores pintan nuestro andar. Hoy por el cielo perdido creo que lo vi jugar entre los vientos y el hilo, entre los árboles verdes de mi ciudad, después de llover, como un tobogán de colores, pero nadie lo puede alcanzar. ¿Dónde vives, volantín? No se te ocurra bajar, que aquí abajo está todo gris y tus colores pintan nuestro andar. La irará, la irará, la irará. ¿Dónde vives, volantín? No se te ocurra bajar, que aquí abajo está todo gris y tus colores pintan nuestro andar. ¿Dónde vives, volantín? No se te ocurra bajar, que aquí abajo está todo gris y tus colores pintan nuestro andar. Hello. Thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Nicolás Emden. I'm from Chile. I've been living here for the last 10 years. And thanks to Iguana Fund, I'm recording my second studio album. So I'm super excited. And it's been a while since I've been working in this song. This is a song from this album that I'm recording. It's called Volantín, which is the word we use down there in Chile for a kite. I'm going to sing a song that it's not part of this album. It's part of the previous one, but It's one of my dear songs, and I hope you like it. It's called Natura. It's a song for nature, as a call of nature to try to make a deal with us to try to live together. Kind of like what we need right now. Hace tantos años que estoy aquí entre las hojas verdes de tu jardín. Como fiel testigo soy una más. Nadie sabe dónde me escondo yo. Muchos creen que lo mío ya pasó. Entre tanta bulla no me ven más. Si alguien puede oír el dolor que tengo dentro, présteme sus manos para sanar. Tú vienes de mí, todos somos complemento. Vamos a vivir un poquito más. Déjame sanar por dentro, para que respires más, para recibirte con el corazón abierto. No necesito más. Si puedes sentir un vacío en el silencio, préstame tus manos para crear. Tú vienes de mí, todos somos complemento. Vamos a vivir un poquito más. Déjame sanar por dentro, para que respires más, para recibirte con el corazón abierto. No necesito más. Thank you very much. I'm going to finish with a song that I wrote a couple of years ago, thinking about all the things that I see from the distance that are happening in my country, and that I feel sorry about. I feel like people are struggling sometimes, so I look from the distance and I say, why is it always raining on you? But then I think about all the things that I miss, and my family, and all the friends and wonderful things. I'm from Chilean Patagonia, so it's a beautiful place. Nature is just in your face. And when I think about all those things, it rains in here. So this song is called Llueve, which means it rains. It rains. There you go. Any Spanish speakers tonight? Poquito? There you go. That's enough. Cierro los ojos y respiro ese aire que baja del cerro para sanar tus corazones perdidos, las piedras que ya son heridas en nuestro andar. Tus sueños están dormidos, caminas sin rumbo y a toda velocidad, como un animal herido. Te escondes de todo lo que te haga desconfiar, y yo quisiera verte bailando como un zorzal. Pero cada vez que te siento por dentro llueve, llueve en tus campos y en tu capital, llueve, llueve. Hoy que de lejos te miro, ¿cuánto daría por salirte a encontrar? Tus calles, tu gente, tus ríos, tu corazón roto, tu risa y sensualidad. Y desde aquí te sueño en un abrazo total. Pero cada vez que te siento por dentro llueve, llueve. Cuando por aquí te veo pasar, llueve, llueve. En mi corazón que lejos está. En las venas de tu gran ciudad llueve, llueve. En tus llantos y en tu vanidad llueve, llueve. En tus sueños y en tu forma de amar. My parents were visiting this last weekend, so So I want to dedicate the song to them. They're flying back now to Chile as we speak. I also want to thank Club Pasim for this amazing opportunity, for this fun. It's been a while since I haven't recorded new music, and it's filling my days with joy. So thank you. Can you sing with me? I know we can do this, even if it's in Spanish. Llueve, llueve. Llueve. Thank you very much.
And that's Nico Emden. Before I let you go, I would love to know, where are you in the process of recording and releasing, and when are we going to get to hear the album?
I'm planning to release the album the beginning of next year. I'm in the process. I have all the basics record. I'm overdubbing a couple of things and planning, because half of the work is just plan how, which one first, etc. There's so much about all the work we do that it's about planning and knowing exactly how you want to put things out.
Awesome. So keep an eye out on Nico's socials. Next year, you'll be able to hear that brand new music out on CD.
Thank you.
But you will be able to see Nico here much sooner than that. He is going to be part of our Campfire Festival this Memorial Day weekend, so not this weekend, but next weekend. He is going to be in, he's going to have his band here. So if you liked him solo, come back. It's going to be more of a party. And in addition to Nico, we do have a couple other of our grant recipients from this past year that will also be at that weekend. So over Memorial Day weekend, we'll also have Almira Ara, Chrysalis, and Spirit 47, who you're going to see here in just a second as well. So there's as I was kind of talking about that circle of funding these projects, giving them some time to percolate, and then getting to welcome them back on the stage is really important for how we think about things here at Passim. So it's really exciting to us that we don't just write someone a check and then send them off into the world. We really try to make them a part of our community. So it's exciting to us when we get to welcome them back to our festivals for their own album releases, things like that. So if you want to come check out some more of those projects that you see in your booklet, you can come back for Memorial Day weekend. All right, next up for our evening, we are moving from someone who is working on a new album to someone who's working on a new book. Please help me welcome Paul Willis.
Good evening, everybody. This is my first time here. I haven't shared new music in a really long time, and so I'm really excited to be able to do that here today. New music is always nerve-wracking. But for me, it's been a year since people have heard brand new things from me. And it's this super slow burn. I'm a hip hop teaching artist. Let me start there. And so a lot of my career has been in education spaces, nonprofits, youth justice, social justice organizations. And so part of my time is spent performing out and about in community. And then a huge chunk of my time is spent teaching kids. And it's not just about the history of hip hop culture, which is an important thing. But for me, I try to find these really interesting connecting points, because like connection is my superpower. That's what I like love to do the most. And so, you know, when I moved back to Boston, I was like, you know, I grew up in Jamaica Plain. I spent 10 years in Sacramento, California, and I came back home. When I came back home, I had, you know, been working on this album. It took like 4 years to make. And I released it in Sacramento, and then I came back home, and then it took on this whole new life. And I'm like, oh, this is great, but it's been like 5 or 6 years of me working the same material. And so now, as I was thinking about like, what is this new project? What is this new thing? I've done a lot of like leadership development work, like executive coaching, and I've gone through, you know, the Emerging Leaders Program, the like New Leaders Council, like all of the things. And in that experience, you know, we read books like, you know, Malcolm Gladwell, you know, Tipping Point and Outliers. We read Jim Collins from Good to Great, Crucial Conversations, and a whole bunch of these other, you know, books. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Except when I thought about leadership growing up, it didn't look like, you know, suits and ties, corporate C-suite offices and CEO positions and titles. It was my grandmother. It was teachers, it was mentors, it was the OGs at the park who were like, kid, you got to get out of here. It's too dangerous today. You can't play basketball here, right? There were so many folks in my community who really looked out for us. And I thought, like, you know, if, you know, I'm existing in these other spaces where people are sharing stories and these narratives about leadership lessons that they've learned, how come hip hop doesn't have a leadership story, right? Like, how come we don't have a place where these things exist? And so I started writing this book about hip hop leadership. And the thing is, like, I can't like write something like that without also turning to my community. And so a lot of these stories that are part of the book are also, you know, stories of my students, their lives, their families, folks around them, folks around me. You know, these stories of leadership are these examples of how I've seen hip hop transform the way I look at myself, the way, you know, we all look at our community and the larger kind of world around us. And so I'm excited to share that, you know, the book is one part of this project, but it also comes with an album where every song is paired with a chapter in the book. So that's what you're going to hear some of tonight. And I've, in like the last week of a 20-week pilot for this curriculum that I've developed with the book and the album with an organization called Beat the Odds in Grove Hall. And today was also my first day teaching at Conservatory Lab Charter School, bringing my curriculum to their 8th grade. And so, yeah, just like a bunch of really cool and amazing stuff, but like tonight I'm here to rap. So I hope, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's okay. This first song, it's chapter 3, right? So it's about empowerment and resilience. And it's really about just this work that you do when no one is watching, right? And when I thought about, you know, this particular set of values and examples of that, and I brought this up to my students, there were a number of things that came up in that conversation. And one of those things came from a student. Her name is Samaya. She's about 18, 19 years old. And she said that, like, you know, when I think of empowerment and resilience, I think of leaders like Nelson Mandela. And I was like, that's such a powerful example of leadership on a global level. And so the hook, I'm shouting out Nelson Mandela, okay? And if you like catch on to the hook and you want to say, shout out Mandela with me, you can do that, okay? It'll be a good time, I promise. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this first one. Check the ready line. Mind drifting through the heavy night. That vision for yourself, I protect like it's mine. Think I won't beat the odds, I respectfully might. I don't have to prove you wrong when longevity's right. Don't interrupt my conversation if I didn't invite. Keep your privilege to yourself when I'm shining my light. Sounds about mad cause I'm taking up space. Ignored you today, but I'll cuss you out to your face. Peace and protection, same energy reflecting. Like that D1 song, my joy is my weapon. I don't do what I do for the likes and the mentions. I inspire the youth when I write every sentence of the book, the album, the curriculum is coming. Stepping out the shadows cause I'm tired of running. Look who I'm becoming when I see God through you. It reminds me that hope is beautiful and true to you. Shout out Mandela.
Loss is a lesson.
Rejection is redirection.
Sometimes protection.
Yeah. Shout out Mandela.
Shout out Mandela. Every loss is a lesson. Rejection is
Redirection.
and sometimes protection. Shout out Mandela.
Collab with ancestors to remix the present. This shouldn't be possible, I must be protected. I write then rewrite, this must be reinvention. Daydreaming of success, I used to sit in detention. Taught so many classes, they finally give me credit. My professors who hated now sit in my lectures. Who knew my phonetics would become an aesthetic? Or that I get paid to wax poetic? I turn these verses into blessings, I'm speaking the truth. It's so much in a name and so much more in you. If you could understand how this all came together, you'd be crying too in sunny weather. Word, all praises due, alhamdulillah. I can recognize when I'm being led by God. Yeah, I beat the odds, 617 at his peak. All glory in his name, impossible met defeat. Shout out Mandela.
Loss is a lesson.
Rejection is
redirection.
Come on. And sometimes protection. Shout out Mandela.
Shout out Mandela.
Every loss is a lesson. Rejection, redirection, and sometimes protection. Shout out Mandela. Shout out Mandela. Shout out Mandela. Ready? Shout out Mandela. Shout out Mandela. Come on, shout out Mandela. Shout out Mandela. Yeah, shout out Mandela. Shout out Mandela. Yeah, shout out Mandela. Shout out Mandela. Cool. Brand new, exclusive. DJ Clunon. No, so this is fun. That hook came from Samaya. She said it in our group session. She was like, that phrase, the idea of like every loss is something that you can learn from, right? And I just thought that was so beautiful. She added that, and sometimes that redirection is protection. And I was just like, that's so powerful. Can I use that? Like, please? And she was like, yeah, as long as I get writing credit on the album. I was like, perfect. Okay, we can do that. She is such a dope, inspiring student of mine. And when I think of other kind of black women in my life who've also inspired me and really helped shape my story, I think about my grandmother, I think about my older sisters and the way that they looked out for me. I think you can't tell the history of hip hop without women in hip hop. And when you think about hip hop in general, you just can't think about, that experience without the lived experience and support of black women behind the scenes, right? And so in doing my homework of who were folks who were here in Boston that were really kind of movers and shakers, I learned about folks like Cindy Diggs, right, who does community engagement work over at Mass General Hospital. But back in the day, she was the go-to party planner, promoter for all of the biggest hip hop names that were coming to Boston. I also learned that Chez Vu's was a popular place where bands used to go and play, and even in the 60s and 70s, White Stadium was this place where all of these amazing kind of funk, soul, R&B groups were going. And so I learned just a lot, and I wanted to connect with this next value around storytelling and empathy, because, you know, these stories they're not written down, right? They exist in the oral tradition, just like West African griots who would travel from village to village, sharing poems, songs, and these traditions, right, through the word and through the drums. And so when you look at just like all of music, right, there is this common theme and connection, and especially it's especially present in hip hop. And so this next value of storytelling and empathy is something I'm still kind of writing this chapter around, because there's so many stories, but it inspired this next song. And it's right now titled She Rose, but in the track list, it'll be titled Chapter 5. But I've been kind of affectionately calling it She Rose. And when you hear the hook, you'll understand why. Beads in the hair, cornrows and big froze, natural, or weave, nails matching the toes. Honor black women, lessons learned from my grandma's house. I've been reckless, so now I gotta call myself out. Cause for my black queens, I gotta do better to protect. Almost 60 years, Aretha still singing for respect. You put us on the moon, and you put crowns on us. Lifted our heads up high when the world looked down on us. When they jailed us, Angela Davis was organized. Maya Angelou and Bell Hooks should be immortalized. If you saw the world rise up for black lives, that movement was led by black mothers and wives. Ain't no surprise when we see a queen doing a thing. We gotta own our own stories like the woman king. Brick by brick, she been down from the ground up, so we can have health and wealth surround us. Yeah. These are the stories never told. Our heroes are she-rose. Out of the concrete like a rose. She arose, she arose. These are the stories never told. Our heroes are she-rose. Out of the concrete like a rose. She arose, check. She arose. Black like Philly soul in Detroit house. Black like race records coming out of the South. Big Mama Thornton, Holiday, and Nina Simone helped us really understand that we not in it alone. Symbolic like Dorothy Dandridge and Eartha Kitt. Before Black Panther salutes a black fist, we persist and resist because we exist with melanin. Something out of nothing, like how hip-hop began. Shout out to my sisters who were right there to guide me. You put me on the culture, veganism in 990s, and we know that business can be influenced by movement. Black souls, black music, black tech, black blueprints. Black as a night sky that's not as far as it seems. Coretta still had dreams when she became a king. Black women should be first for investment, and it starts with all of us to make the effort. Yeah. These are the stories never told. Our heroes are she-rose. Out of the concrete like a rose. She arose, she arose. These are the stories never told. Our heroes are she-rose. Out of the concrete like a rose. She arose, she arose. I'm black, she black, they black, we black, black. I'm black, she black, they black, we black, black. I'm black, she black, they black, we black, black. I'm black, she black, they black, we black, black. I'm black, she black, they black, we black, black. I'm black, she black, they black, we black, black. I'm black, she black, they black, we black, black. I'm black, she black, they black, we black, black. These are the stories never told. Our heroes are she-rose. Out of the concrete like a rose. She arose, she arose. These are the stories never told. Our heroes are she-rose. Out of the concrete like a rose. She arose, she arose. Cool. Outside of my fiance, nobody's heard me do any of this. Thank you. No, this is a lot of fun. And like when rappers mess up and they don't rap over their own vocals, like that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like It's like watching basketball, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you shoot and it goes in, and sometimes you shoot and you're like, they like just rimmed out. It's cool. My last song, I want to revisit this point about women in hip hop and really bring it here to our Boston, Cambridge, like our local community here in Massachusetts. When I told folks that I was gonna, work on this album alongside the book, there were a ton of recommendations. They were like, "Oh, you should work with so-and-so and so-and-so." I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds good. "Oh, you need to talk to this person for beats." Or somebody else would be like, "Hey, man, like, I will produce your project, the entire thing." I'm like, okay, y'all, this is cool, but all of these people are men. And I'm just like, I know that there are probably women who produce hip-hop in this city. I just don't know them yet. So let me figure out who they are. And so I put out this Instagram post in my story, and I was like, reply if you know a woman producer specifically making hip-hop beats. Because we know that women produce music, right? It just exists in other genres, right? And that's cool, that's dope, like love rock and roll, love techno, house music, all this kind of stuff. But I'm looking for like stuff I can rap to. So I'm looking specifically for this thing, and I was like, I bet folks in my circle can point me in the right direction. And 5 names came back. Only 5. And I was shocked. I was like, I could have sworn there was like more than this. And then turns out there's actually 6 because a friend of mine hid the fact that she was a producer for like 3 years with me. And I was like, what the heck? Like we should have known. And so she produced the beat. I heard it and I was like, I want that for my album. She said, yes, it's going to be on the album. But when I was looking at folks who I could record with and do all of the kind of mixing process, I wanted to work with one engineer. And this engineer, she couldn't be here tonight, but her name is Joy Beats. Yeah, Terry knows Joy. She's incredible. She's like certified in like Dolby Atmos and all this like specialized engineer training. But she's also this incredible like MC and singer and just a producer. And so we sat down, we listened to beats, and she played me this one beat, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is it. That is the beat for social commentary and advocacy. I want to write my verse right now. And in the studio, while she was, arranging the beat for me, I wrote the whole first verse. We came up with the hook together, and then we stopped, and I was like, it sounds like it needs somebody else on here. In my head, I'm like, I think it's Brandy Blaze. I think we need Brandy Blaze on this song. Do y'all know Brandy? Yeah, Brandy. Y'all? She's like one of the best rappers in Boston. And so she literally just recorded her verse this weekend for me so that we could show up here today and like play it for y'all. So I'm going to do my verse. You're going to get to hear this beat that Joy produced for me. And Joy is, recording and mixing this entire project. And so I'm like honored that, I get to involve Joy in that part of the process. And a good chunk of the funds are like helping to also, put dollars into her pocket too and help her get established as an engineer here in our city. And so I look forward to kind of uplifting and raising the profile of more Black women and women in hip hop in general. And so this is my last song. It's chapter 6. It's social commentary and advocacy. And let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, yeah, check, trying to survive in this world that we living in, praising God when the summer's Palestinian, praying on Christmas that we not bomb the Bethlehem, just a man, but genocide could be condemned. The evils of the world begin with white supremacy, identify the enemy, build your heart steadily, trauma and the pain has been weighing on us heavily, system ain't broke bro, it's working effectively, all my life I had to fight and not flinch, all my life I had to fight for an inch, all my life I had to fight, got lynched. All my life I wore a mask to pretend. I want peace and ceasefire right now. I want streets to ceasefire right now. Need the lost souls of my family found. And if you got a dream, scream loud right now. Don't need words, I need action. Unite all the people around the atlas.
We want more than just captions. Get up, organize, take action. Don't need words, I need action. Unite all the people around the atlas. We want more than just captions. Get up, organize, take action.
Here's Brandy.
Hear no evil, speak no evil, what they say. I can still see the evil, so let's pray. Walk at earth and defend body, food for prey. We stressing out how we gonna get the rent paid. While there's Palestinians getting killed every day. Robbing everybody blind, playing in our face. Checking up inflation so we keep running right in place. Keeping us distracted so we can't keep up pace. Smiling propaganda on the TV, shit's fake. I'm a hood girl, so I gotta worry about the Drakes and worry about the Drake. Get it? Cause I might get popped or hurt, cause the Jesus fitted. But I'm a crazy bitch, please don't release me, you're fitted. I'm out here searching for help like assistance. Not welcome in my community, I feel the distance. But they hiding from the truth, the cognitive is dissonance.
Don't need words, I need action. Unite all the people around the atlas. We want more than just captions. Get up, organize, take action. Don't need words, I need action. Unite all the people around the atlas. We want more than just captions. Get up, organize, take action.
Take action, y'all. Take action. I appreciate y'all. My name is Paul Willis. Yeah. This is like the 80-page workbook that we're using in the classroom. And so if you want to like talk to me about hip hop, education, social justice, or building communities, I'm here for it. Okay, so I will talk to every single person who wants to talk to me after all of the performances and everything wraps up. But I just appreciate and love all of y'all. Thank you so much. He's really cool. That's my first time seeing. Oh my God. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do it. That is amazing. Thank you.
One more hand, please, for Paul Willis. Paul's project is just a perfect example of the way that these projects can have such a wide impact. Being able to amplify, $2,000 that we're able to give him into his communities, into these schools. It's not, music is more than that to all of us, but being able to turn this also into an educational project and a community building project is just really special. So he's definitely one of our standout projects this year. So thanks to Paul for coming and performing for us. I want to highlight one of the other cool projects. As I mentioned, there's the booklet that you can take home and see descriptions of all the projects, but I want to highlight another one just because I think it's really cool. And we couldn't fit them on our stage, but there was a project that was a collaboration between two different local groups. One is Circus 617, and the other is Opera on Tap. So Opera on Tap is all about taking opera out of its normal environs. Inside kind of stayed, it might be intimidating to a lot of people. They might not realize that they might enjoy opera because of certain barriers, social barriers, money barriers. And so Opera on Tap is all about taking opera and bringing it out into communities, making it fun, making it engaging. And they partnered with Circus 617, which is exactly what it sounds like, circus people. And together they're doing a project called Arias Aloft. So Opera on Tap are performing operas outside, free to the public, while there are different circus performances going on. Different trapeze things, aerial arts. It's a really, really cool mashup, and we couldn't fit them in here because of our tiny ceilings. But I really hope that you go check them out. They've been doing some really cool performances around the state. So I just wanted to highlight them because I think they're awesome. Who I also think is awesome. Our next act that we have for you tonight is a duo that they actually met on this stage, and the idea for their act was born out of our Campfire Festival. Please help me welcome Spirit 47.
Thank you, Abby.
Hey everyone.
Thanks for having us. Man, it's such an honor hearing what's going on here and what people will be doing with this grant. And yeah, we're very honored. This first tune we're going to do is a tune I wrote. It's called Piece of Your Pie. It's inspired by Blind Boy Fuller, and I think a lot of this project is kind of about giving credit where it's due and working off a lot of those earlier songs that we hear in American folk music. Cool. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Work's been bringing me down. It's been taking up too much of my time. But at 5, I'll board the train, loosen up my tie with your loving on my mind. I can't wait till I get home and have a piece of your pie. Whipped cream, red lipstick, and a cherry kiss. Just the thought makes me smile. Whipped cream, red lipstick, and a cherry kiss. Smoking breaks don't ease me. And lunch with John isn't pleasing. With a mouthful of food he rambles on, so I slip away to you. Now I'm dreaming, I can't wait till I get home and have a piece of your pie. Whipped cream, red lipstick, and a cherry kiss. Just the thought makes me smile. Whipped cream, red lipstick, and a cherry kiss. Hey. I can't wait till I get home and have a piece of your pie. Whipped cream, red lipstick, and a cherry kiss. Just the thought makes me smile. I can't wait till I get home and have a piece of your pie. Whipped cream, red lipstick, and a cherry kiss. Just the thought makes me smile. Whipped cream, red lipstick, and a cherry kiss. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're Spirit 47. I'm Arthur Tarambula.
I'm Johanna Wacker.
And yeah, we met right here at Club 47, or also known as Club Passim, and it was Memorial Day weekend. We met at campfire, and it's basically been a year that we met.
Yeah.
I was back in the foyer over there, and I was, I never played Club Passim before, but I saw many friends, and a lot of my heroes have played here, and I was, obviously a little nervous hanging out there in the back, and Johanna walked in, and I've seen her like on social media, and I was like, Johanna, I'm like a big fan of yours. And she's like, oh, thanks. And we like were chatting, and went up on stage, and we just connected with each other's interpretations of various styles of music. So I'm more rooted in country blues. What we can talk about.
I would say my influences are more Appalachian folk, particularly old-time music and bluegrass, and the two of this together, it makes a perfect roots revivalist duo.
Yeah.
So a lot of our stuff is original, and then we're also doing some interpretations of some traditional music as well, which is a perfect segue into this next piece. It's called Greasy Coat. It's an old-time tune. Go from pie to greasiness. It's perfect.
It is. Follow you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, so a lot of this too is like I never really played old time music. I listened to a lot of it for a long time. So I think for both of us, this is like a lot of learning, which has been really good in terms of, I pretty much am listening to old blues recordings constantly and learning those, and working with Johanna's opened my world up to so many other styles of, I guess you could say music that's coming from the East Coast, from people that were oppressed or, in situations like that. So this next tune, as Joe's tuning here, we did a recording session probably in the fall, and we recorded that first tune called Piece of Your Pie. We were like, yeah, it's going to be the single. And then we were like, we have some more time, like, should we record another tune? And Johanna's like, well, I wrote this song when I was like 16. Would you want to play resonator guitar on it? And
It's about drug addiction.
yeah, and talking about like communities and places we come from. I'm from Carbon County, Pennsylvania, and this song really hit me because this song is about methamphetamine and that use and how it destroys people's lives and just what it does to communities. So yeah, this hit me in a lot of ways, and it's a great tune, and I'm super excited to play it.
Yeah, it's a cool intersection too between urban and rural stressors, I guess,
Yeah.
and struggle. 'Cause I grew up in Queens, New York, so addiction like that was prevalent. It's also prevalent in rural areas around the country, and it really knows no boundaries. And I have family from Appalachia as well, so it's definitely across the board something that people struggle with, and this was some commentary on that. It's called Christina. Am I in tune with you? That's important.
Oh, sorry. A minor.
Banjos are a little finicky. Your brother was your best friend. I always wanted to meet him. Killed his wife just to take home Christine. He took his last breath, and you thought it was over, but your door was unlocked, and it was his burden.
Let's start it again. We got it.
Yeah.
We got it. Next one. This is a newer arrangement for us, so
Yeah.
thank you for your patience. Usually I'm playing resonator guitar, but we got 3 songs. Like, we're like going in light. So here we go.
Just banjo and guitar today. Yeah. You wanna?
You want me to kick it off?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Your brother was your best friend. I always wanted to meet him. He killed his wife just to take home Christina. He took his last breath, and you thought it was over. Your door was unlocked, and it was his burden. Christina, she was his downfall. Christina, she'll be your downfall. You kissed Christina once, and you thought she'd let you go. She held you in her embrace. Now she's camped out in your home. She's running right in front of you, and you're chasing her sensation. She once brought you the rush, then left you numb and always craving. Christina, she's now your downfall. Christina, she's now your downfall. Christina, she's now your downfall. Christina, she's now your downfall.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And they are Spirit 47.
Thank you.
Amazing. As I mentioned, they are going to be back on this stage in just a couple short weeks, in 2 weekends from now. They're going to be part of our Memorial Day weekend campfire festival. Under their own names, both Joanna and Arthur are going to be in a round together, though, so I'm sure they're going to be doing some stuff together as well, if you want to come back and see them then. A little bit of housekeeping. Just want to mention this is the last call for food. Our kitchen is going to be closing shortly, so there's still going to be drink service throughout the evening, but last call for food if you want to flag down your servers. And you folks have seen so much great stuff and heard some great stories about what this grant has been used for, that I'm sure you want to know how you can get involved and how you can make sure that this keeps happening, right? Yes. Fantastic. Well, we have been working with some fantastic donors since the inception of this grant. For the last 16 years, they've been wonderful partners. And it's wonderful to know that every year we're going to be able to give out these grants to our community. But some of that money also comes from PASIM. So it helps when you come out and support us in all of the ways, whether it's drinking our beer or becoming a member and donating a bit more to us over every year, or if you don't want to make the commitment to, donating for the entire year, you can just give a one-time donation as well. Everything that is raised tonight specifically, but a portion throughout the year also goes to support the Iguana Music Fund so that we can continue to give out the $40,000 every year to the New England music community. So if you'd like to give tonight, yes. I like to refer to this portion of the show as how you can feed the iguana. So if you would like to help feed the iguana, he is a very expensive iguana. His name is Leon, also, for those of you who didn't know that. And he is a very noble creature. You see he's on the front of those booklets. I believe page 3 on those booklets has a QR code if you would like to donate through there. You can also talk to Nora out at the box office if you're interested in helping to support us. PASIM is really dedicated to keeping the Iguana Fund going, so thank you to our donors, thank you to our members, thank you to you for coming out and supporting us tonight. Our folks are still getting set up. Great, I'll tell you more things. I can do that. I want to reiterate that tonight is part of our Discovery Series. We have the Discovery Series the second Monday of every month, except for in June, it's going to be the third Monday. And the act that we have coming in for you next month is called Blue Cactus. They're a fantastic duo coming up from North Carolina. Sometimes for Discovery Series, we have some local new acts, but this time we snagged a touring act for you. They are a classic country duo, kind of mixed with some 70s rock. It's going to be a really fun night. So if you are free on the third Monday of June, come on back. We're going to have more great music for you to discover. Up next, we have another act that is brand new to the PASIM stage, and it's. You guys good? You need a hand?
I think we're good.
Okay, awesome.
You're doing great.
Thank you. We have another brand new act to our stage. We're excited to present them to you. Please help me welcome Maddie Lamb.
Hi everyone. My name is Maddie. Let me just get these flowers on. All right. Oh, I should have taken this off first. 1 second. Okay. Hi, I'm Maddie. It's so nice to be here. I feel so grateful to be part of this community. I was funded so that I could produce my own EP, and I did it. I became a producer. I've been writing songs since I was 14. I'm 26 now. I know I don't look like it. I feel like I look like I'm 12. But I produced my own EP because I really wanted to say what I wanted to say and not have anyone control or impact that as a woman. And it felt so empowering to be able to shape my sound in every single aspect of it. So this helped me create that, and I'll be singing 3 songs off of my EP for you all. And the EP is called Blue. And I remember me and my friend were pulling tarot cards, as we do. And I was like, wow, I just really feel like the saddest shade of blue. And she was like, that's okay. And that there's some gems that you get when you go to the deep seas and the deep oceans of yourself. And I really feel like this EP is about alchemizing grief and honoring grief. And that when you let yourself feel the sadness and the grief, that you go to the most shattered place, and then beneath that is the unshatterable. And so this first song is called Moonflower, and it's about the Divine Mother and the mother beyond the mother, and it's a prayer to the moon. And I went to India, and I was on the airplane, and I opened the airplane window, and there's this beautiful orange moon looking at me, and she gifted me this song. So this is Moonflower. Moonflower, won't you let me in? Moonflower, you're a part of my skin, and I feel just like a child again. Won't you hold my hand? Won't you make me feel like a woman? A woman, a friend. Moonflower, you're the sweetest thing. Moonflower, I love the things that you dream, and I am learning to live again. Ooh, oh, I see you in a face of a flower. You love me like the ocean, like a mother, and you hold me when I'm hurting, like a sister. And I'll follow you one foot in front of the other. Moonflower, I cry and pray, I need a mother. Moonflower, moonflower. It's days like these, I want a mother. Oh, oh. I follow the petals, I follow the stars, I follow the petals to get to where you are. I follow the petals, I follow the stars, I follow the petals to get to where you are. This next song is called Concrete, and I wrote it. It's funny because Paul's song about concrete is really similar to this song, and it's that idea that, like, in the harshest places, in the places where we feel like life cannot exist, that flowers can still bloom between the crevices. One, two, three, four. I'm used to the world being a hard place to be. I'm used to crashing down on concrete. Didn't know the flowers could have dreams. Didn't know the weight my shoulders could bear. And I used to people honest and clean. I'm used to crashing down on concrete. Didn't know the flowers could have dreams. You're a soft place for me. A flower child, you know it to be true. I love you. A flower child, you know you're beautiful, growing in the cracks of my shoes. Didn't know that I could sit by the sea, watching the tides turn colors just for me. I'm blue for you. I sleep till noon. I pray to Mother Moon. My last song for you all is called Dimensions. And this song is about when we lose people in this earth realm, that we can still touch them in other dimensions. It was good to know you, so good to hold you in this lifetime. But I can't mold you, no, I won't grow you into fine wine. So I have to go now. I have to lay you down in another dimension. You have my affection. Oh, do you miss me? Do you think of
stay. I miss your voice these days. I know exactly what you would say. And you and you are my reflection. And you and I am your reflection.
I want to take a moment to introduce my band. We've got Ken on guitar. So beautiful. We've got Jeff on bass, another Iguana recipient. And I'm Maddie.
In another dimension, you have my affection. Oh, oh. In another lifetime, I won't have to leave you behind. In another dimension, you have my affection. Oh, in another lifetime, you won't have to leave me behind.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maddie. That was wonderful. Be sure to follow her on socials. Maddie Lamb, Lam is her last name, so you can enjoy all of that new album for yourself. All right, as we have one final performer for you tonight, and this is where I get to introduce you to the Gecko Fund. So the Iguana Music Fund is something that we've been running for the last 16 years, but the Gecko Fund we just founded last year with the help of Steve and Cindy Chow. They came to us, they actually came to the showcase last year and really loved the work that we were able to do through the Iguana Fund and wanted to get involved as well. So they approached us and asked if we could do something that was narrative-based, because they are big fans of Broadway and stage productions. And so we decided to represent it with the gecko, because the gecko is the only lizard with vocal cords. Crazy, right? So he's a little smaller than an iguana, he's a little louder than an iguana, and he's here to tell you a story. So the Gecko Fund is something we've just started, and our inaugural winners, recipients, were already, we were familiar with them through previous shows at PASIM, but they were using this grant in particular to work on their project that was inspired by some family history in the band, not in the band, of one of the members of the band. I'm not saying this well. They'll say it better. But it's inspired by old World War II love letters that was turned into this new project. So they're going to be bringing you a couple songs from their album, A Picture for a Frame. Please help me welcome Noble Dust.
Should I be getting the cello now? Oh, no, all right, try that again. There we go.
Hello. Sorry we're so high maintenance. It's great to be here. We're Noble Dust, and as Abby mentioned, we're going to play some songs off of our recent album released in August of last year, A Picture for a Frame, which thanks to the Gecko Fund, we'll be able to put out on vinyl this year. So this is the title track for you. Long rolling waves of time bring all fragile things to light and plunge them down again onto the dark. I've toiled all my life that I might lay beside you in the yard. Wild oak fell before time to mend a hearth, to start a fire, keep us sheltered from the wolves outside. Bright balloon, morning dark, So the record is loosely based on World War II era letters between my grandfather stationed in the South Pacific and my grandmother on the home front in Roxbury, Massachusetts. And we had the pleasure of recording this album with Dan Cardinal at Dimension Sound Studios, right down the street from where these letters were written. So that was pretty cool. So this next song is called In Fields, and throughout the album there's kind of a thread of remembering the impact of people that have gone before us and how they continue to have an impression on our lives today. And this song in particular kind of speaks to that. And it's, just really special to be one of the recipients of the Gecko Award, which was thanks to Steve and Cindy Chow, in memory of Steve's late sister. So it's cool to be part of that lineage of artists that she'll continue to impact year after year. So this song's called In Fields.
In light and truth, I pass my youth, entranced by flowers. And if their silence would disturb sleep, I'd fill my waking hours. My silhouette's on holiday, held tight and fast. Some refrain, seraphim, cellophane, picket fences, pearly gates. When I grow in any fairer, the world turns crueler still. Or the time has come to fight or flee, and I suppose I never will. In fields where crosses grow, all sprung from planting sacred bones, all flowers in the bitter snow, all quiet, all quiet. I worshipped once, I bargained still, and guide a man, be what will, mercy on an empty tomb. I call upon you now. Oh, forgive me, Father. I know not what I've done. There's no recompense for this loneliness, so tell me, where is love? A gray sky dawned and smiled upon the field of rose and seed. Oh, my daughter born of flesh and bone, oh, take what you may need.
Thanks so much. We got one more song for you. But before we play that, could we just give a huge round of applause for all the artists that came before? My goodness! a cool night to be a part of. And also, thank you, Matt and Abby, for all that you do for Club Passim, for all of you. Yeah, we're super excited to be part of this night. This last song is the last one on the record, and it's called Red Letters. Reading my grandfather's letters, I got really interested in kind of, what the soldier's perspective was from the other side of the war, from the Japanese perspective, and I read a lot of memoirs and essays from soldiers fighting on the other side, and came to realize that their stories were very similar to that of my grandfather's. After all, they're also 20-somethings very far away from home and wanting to get back home to their loved ones. And one of the memoirs that I read in particular stuck with me. It's the story of a military clerk whose sole job it was is to raise up an army long after there was any hope of winning the war. And he was the only one of the 10,000 military clerks who refused to burn the records under orders after the war because he didn't want the stories and memories of his soldiers to be lost. So this is his story. Welcome home, cried the lion to the cavalry man, across the valleys of cedar and pine, till from white scattered houses the lamplight grew to sleep. My butchers, my bakers, drunkards and lovers, and before you awake with the dawn of the day, to your loaves and your fishes and wine, how the ghosts of our kin ride the tales of the wind like so many wild horses. Keep watch in the night. I vowed to the eye that I'd know her and keep her. Said the captain, you've put in your time. Now we'll make you a maker of soldiers so bold as to raise up an army of Babylon's eye. And he shifted the weight of the burden he carried from his sunken shoulders to mine. Boxes stacked to the brim with bright red letters, each a brother, a dreamer, a killer child. I walked on where they tread to the fields in the morning, saw the fruits of their labors divine. In the grains of the earth, in the laughter and mirth, oh, I learned of July, their troubles and daughters, and the dance hall and dark, like the dressmaker's cloth. As the August fruit fell from the vine, under cover of night, one by one with their letters, till only the maker remained in the light. And they came back in boxes, or never at all. Bones for the scavengers' rest. I wove tales of the glories of their final hours. But fragile red letters watch the light leave their mothers. The end it came soft, all is ash,
is lost. Said the captain, you've put in your time. Lay me down with your boxes of red letters. War is over, cast them off into the fire. The sun, it still rises for drunkards and lovers, like no one remembers the night. But I don't feel at home in a storm anymore. Oh, my brothers, wild horses, who was it right? The baker still bakes and the whole town waits as the coroner checks on the time. Oh, but I still keep thumbing red letters, white knuckle, the last welcome home on my mind.
That's Noble Dust. And they actually have those CDs available out in the lobby. This project was to help them fund the vinyl, so that's going to be coming, but the CDs themselves are already out there. So if you like that, you can grab those on your way out. I want to thank everyone again for coming. Just a couple reminders from all of the things that we went over this evening. Please take Leon home with you. Please, if you didn't grab one on your way in, we have more of these on the way out. These have both the how you can keep up with people who received grants from this past year, as well as some brief descriptions of their projects, how they're coming along, and how they're using these funds. If you would like to help the Iguana keep going, you can become a member of PASIM, you can donate to us, and you can also share the opportunity with artists in your life. It is free to apply every year. It is always free, which is one of the great things about having donors, is that we don't rely on the artists themselves to make money from them. So tell your artists, all the artists in your life, that starting September 1st, for about 6 weeks in every fall, they can go online to pasim.org/grants, and they can apply for the Iguana or Gecko grants. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you all for performing. We'll see you next time.